Hey, it's Mark Podolsky, the Land Geek, with your favorite niche real estate website, www.thelandgeek.com. If you're driving right now, pull over. If you are, whatever you're doing, I guarantee this podcast is probably going to be the most important thing you've ever done in your entire life.
Crash the car!
Because today's guest is a little unruly. I think this guy's had way more caffeine than me. And it's Grant Cardone. Now, if you don't know who Grant Cardone is, he is a New York Times best-selling author of 5 books. He's an international speaker about motivation, leadership, real estate, entrepreneurship, and finance. We're going to talk a lot about real estate. Grant operates 5 privately held companies with a combined annual sales of over $100 million, including Cardone Real Estate Acquisitions, LLC. He owns over 3,500 units throughout the U.S. I think it's a lot of brain damage, Grant, but we'll talk about it. His total real estate holdings include 3,508 apartment units valued at only $350 million. He's going to 10x that this year.
I'm
really excited.
$50 million, though. I got to tell you, they're worth at least $400 million, maybe $450. And if I was Donald Trump, I'd tell you $10 billion.
$10 billion. He is the CEO of the #1 sales training company today. Sales are so important, and he works with Fortune 500 companies, Google, Northwestern Mutual, automotive manufacturers. He's a top 5 social media expert in the world. Look, I'm going to go on and on, but Grant Cardone is a big deal. I've been talking about him the last few weeks on the podcast. Scott, Todd, and I are like the biggest fans of the 10X rule. And we've been, by the way, our goals now, we're like writing down our goals. And I'm telling Scott, I'm like, I don't want to write down my goals. Grant, why do I have to write my goals down? Handwrite them. I want to type them.
Yeah, well, they type them, dude. But I mean, what problem do you have with ink?
I don't like the time it takes. I type faster.
Yeah, what, you get your computer out, I'll write my goals down, you write your goals. Go.
All right, fine. Hold on. Wait, I got to get my compass worksheet out.
See, dude, I'm already done.
You're not done.
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
What were your goals?
The Land Geek, and I'm the freaking 10X man.
Well, okay, what'd you write down for today? What's the next goals?
Yes, look, I wake up in the morning, I don't want to look for a computer, okay? I want to keep a pen and a piece of paper by my bed. It's not like it's technology. I would use a stick in the sand if it worked. I just want to grab it, do it, throw it away. When I write my goals down, look, I'm not going to achieve them today.
Right.
This isn't a to-do list.
Right.
I literally have walked out of a hotel and left my legal pad there. I don't care. I'm writing it down in the morning. I'm writing them down at night so I can keep my attention on where am I going big in my life, right? So like what I wrote down is 10 million book sales, $10 billion in real estate. Okay, it was the first time I've ever wrote 10 billion down. I was looking for 4 billion and I wrote 10 billion because I was in a rush.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So what I'm doing is the reason I'm writing them down is I'm trying to get them out of my head onto a piece of paper, and I really don't want to go through a computer to do that.
Okay.
But I do want to take it out of my mental to my physical universe.
Right. I want to back up a second because you weren't always Grant Cardone, the Grant Cardone. Like you started somewhere, and then something happened, Grant, where you became, you know what? I'm going to blow up, and you're blowing up. You've blown up.
Yeah.
But your mission, and I'm so thankful and happy to be able to help you with your mission. You want to be known by everybody in the world.
Yeah, well, I think my goal and my mission. It took me probably 55 years of my life. I'm 57. It probably took me 54, 55 years to really like, oh wow, man, this is who I am and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not going to hold back anymore. And I've had glimpses like most people of what I'm supposed to be doing, but I just kept kind of like putting it off or doing some variation of it or watering it down. And here in the last 2 or 3 years, I think I've just given myself permission to say, you know what? I'm going to get 7 billion people to know my name. And I know a bunch of them are going to just like not like me. You know, there's some doctor listening to this right now has already decided I'm a dick. And whatever, dude, whatever. That says more about him than it says about me because he's the one stuck in his damn car right now trying to go collect $50.
Right.
So, look, I've been there. I've been everywhere. Every person that's listening to this podcast right now, whatever condition or situation you have been in your life, whether it was a 45 caliber stuffed in your head and you had your head cracked open, or whether you've been broke, or Worse than both of those, just getting by, just having enough money to go to the club, to play a round of golf, come home and have a little bit of money in savings and like, oh, I'm better off than everybody else. Dude, that is almost the worstest of the worstest situations.
Yeah, it's so funny because, there's been a trend with, and I'll name a few books for you, right?
Yeah.
Essentialism, less doing, more living.
Yeah. Keep going.
The 4-hour work week.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So there's been this big trend.
Yeah.
And I love the TEDx where you're like, time management. What a joke. I love that line. So there's a big trend of having sort of this balance between work and your personal life, where we should all kind of, not have too much stress.
Yeah.
And all that. And what's interesting about that is, if you're not taking massive action the Grant Cardone way, you're going to be stressed. Am I right?
I mean, I'm going to be stressed. If I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing full out all the time, like, I'm going to be stressed. I mean, you look at any automobile, okay? The more you ride the brake, the more stressed the car gets. It's not the accelerator that causes a problem for an automobile. It's braking in traffic. It's stopping. It's pulling over. It's parking. I bought an aircraft last year. I bought a Gulfstream. Flying the plane's not the problem, dude. It's when you land it. Like, when you go to buy a plane, you don't ask how many hours. I mean, if you're an amateur, you do.
Right.
You don't ask how old it is. The question asked is, how many times was it landed?
Right.
The landings is what puts the stress on on the plane, on the parts, on the wheels. You got it. So what I'm saying to people is, look, man, you're better off launching this thing and keeping it in flight, which means you need velocity, you need lots of activity, you need people behind you, you need fuel, you need to go all in, and you fly above the radar, not below it.
Right. Okay. Let's pretend that I'm an oral surgeon, right? And
Yeah.
I've got to deal with, let's say, Obamacare.
You've been here 3 minutes and you're already going oral on me.
So, I've got this stress, right? I mean, my business is kind of taking a hit from the government.
Yeah.
General practitioners are kind of doing my work now.
Here's the deal, okay?
What do I think? Go ahead, Grant.
You are stressed because you are in a situation. I've been in these situations, okay?
Okay.
Right out of college, I had $40,000 worth of debt. I didn't know what I wanted to do, didn't know what I could do, and didn't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
So look, you got all these kids coming out of college right now. They don't know what they want to do, don't know how to do anything, don't know how to add value, and don't want to do the very thing the company wants to pay them for, which is probably sell something and collect revenue. So this guy's in stress. He's 25 years old. He's brand new to the marketplace. Now, you take the doctor, he's got a bunch of equipment, a bunch of leases. He's got this big obligation. Obamacare or whoever, Hillary and all their friends, they changed the game on him. And now, like, shit, I got a situation. But you knew you had that situation years ago. You knew when there wasn't this problem, you weren't freaking jamming so many patients in and getting the business while you could, that now you have a situation.
Now you have a situation. That makes sense.
You compared yourself to your neighbor doctor or your neighbor teacher. You compared yourself to the rest of the middle class and said, "Oh man, I'm good, man. Shit, I'm the big shit in my neighborhood. I can go to the country and the club, and I'm making 180 a year. And my neighbor, oh, he's got it bad, dude." The reason the middle class in America is getting hammered is because it compares itself to other people. And I talk about this in the book. You never, ever want to compare yourself to another person. Competition is what masses of people, slavery is built on competition.
Yeah. I agree. Did you ever read the book, Blue Ocean Strategy?
Wait a minute. I want to tell you about this thing you said about the time management, the 4-hour work.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Bullshit, okay?
Yeah.
Look, you guys that are reading time management books, you guys that are like, oh my God, I got a balanced life. Look, if you want more time, do not read a book about time management. You want fucking time. So what I want to do with time is I don't want to learn about time, dude. I want to push more into 10 seconds. I want to get more done, which means I have to have better control.
Okay.
To have better control. I don't do a job. I don't have a career. and a marriage. I have a life. I don't know when everybody got all fucked up on this deal, okay? If I was a doctor, dude, I wouldn't be a doctor and a husband. I'd be like, I'm having a life.
Right.
And I want to be a doctor and I want to be a husband. Not, I got to be a doctor and a husband. I have a life. Life should be senior to these things we call ourselves, right?
Okay.
So I have a life. I am a spiritual being that's having an experience of living. And the fact that somebody named me Grant Cardone, I like my name. It's a strong name.
Sure.
Okay, the women like it.
Right.
The people like it. Radio and TV like Grant Cardone. It's a strong ass name. But that's not who I am, man. Right?
Right.
So I was broke and identified myself as being broke. But the truth is I was doing my life. Now, how big do you want to do your life? And I think this is what people are forgetting. They're a student, they're a teacher, they're a doctor, they're a real estate guy, they're a land guy, a banker, a mortgage, whatever, dude. Dude, what life do you want to do? Not who do you want to be?
Yeah, but Grant, what about fear? The fear of failing. I put all my eggs into this business or this entity. I take massive action, right? If you watch Shark Tank, these people put their life savings into it, and Mr. Wonderful is like, you just ruined your life. Not really, but yeah. What do you say to that?
Dude, so what?
So what? I love it. So what? Yeah.
Go to the next thing. What life are you going to do? You're going to do something.
Right. So whatever you do, go big.
You want to fail kind of a little failure, or you want to have a feeling? Let's say you're going to have a bankruptcy.
Sure.
How big do you want it to be? Because if you could get it big enough, you could get some support.
Right.
See, the last thing you want to do is you don't want to be upside down in your house 30 grand. If you're going to be upside down, you need to be upside down 300 million.
Right.
Then you get support.
Right.
See, so really people have to understand, people that are listening have to understand, because they're coming in, you already know who I am and what I do.
Right.
Look, you guys need to understand, there is no middle class in America. We're moving into the 2016 presidential election, okay? I turned on TV yesterday. I heard middle class from 3 politicians yesterday. They're all liars. They're lying to you, okay? Anybody that is talking to you about a middle class is lying to you. It is fraudulent. There is no middle class in America.
Right.
So guys that make 200 grand a year and they're broke. Let's call it what it is, dude. Income does not mean you're in the middle class.
Right.
Do you have freedom or not? Do you have financial freedom or not? Period. There's 2 classes in this country. There's basically slaves, and there's a handful of people that have rich and wealthy. The rich and wealthy. You really want to be on the wealthy end.
Right.
You can have freedom, so you can have fuck you money. So you can have, hey, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
Right. Right.
And I don't want to. You know what? I'm not going to be a dentist anymore because freaking they ruined my game. So I'm going to go do something else. And you should be in that position to say, I'm going to go do something else. Or maybe you went to college and you borrowed 200 grand to go to college and you decided, I don't want to do that job. Well, you know what? Good. Go do something you want to do and make a shitload of money doing it.
Right. But
wait, you want to make it.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't like money. Maybe you hate money. You're like, I hate money. I hate rich people. Good. Then make a shitload of money and give it away.
Right. Right.
Don't be broke, man. And don't just get by. This whole just get by thing is like a disaster. I got a house. My 2 kids go to school. Everybody's bragging. Oh, they're pretty. We're pretty. And the next thing you know, everybody hates themselves.
Yeah. I
Where's Evelyn at, dude?
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is that, if you haven't, first of all, don't read the 10X rule. Listen to it.
Yeah, listen to it, man. That's the best.
I love it on Audible. And, all right, let's talk about Don't Be a Little.
I don't know if you know this story, big boy, but we had one of my books. You knew this was going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
One of my books, the publisher decided to let somebody else narrate it. Okay. And I said, man, is it going to be good? Oh yeah, it's going to be great. This guy's won awards. He's a best-selling narrator. When I listened to it, I called up the company and said, pull everyone off the shelf everywhere in the world. Translate. I'll pay for everything. Have it all removed, or I'm going to sue you. Okay.
Right. Right.
Because that's how freaking bad it is. And I said, at my own expense, my own time, I'll pay to remove them all from the marketplace, and I'll record the thing myself. I do, without a doubt, okay, I do the best audio program in the world. If you ever get one of my MP3s, I think we got them on our website for like $9 or something.
Okay.
We sell them for $300. They're like $8.95 or something. I guarantee you, they are the best programs you will ever listen to, number one. Number two, if they're not the best programs you ever listen to, I think one of them is 10 hours long for $8.95. I'll buy you dinner, a bottle of wine, and I'll go oral on you. $8.95.
That's fantastic. All right, so Grant, I've always wanted to say this to you. I'm going to say it. Right? You ready?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Don't be a little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What made you come up with the no excuses policy?
Well, what happened was in 2011, I wrote a book called If You're Not First, You're Last.
Right.
The original title of that book was going to be Don't Be a Little Bitch. That's the book I pitched. I had already come out with 2 self-published books, Sell or Be Sold. Sell or Be Sold has sold hundreds of thousands of copies. It's never been on a bookshelf. And by the way, if you guys don't think 100,000 copies is a lot, you hear about the million bookseller. Very few books sell more than 100 copies.
Right.
A few.
Right.
This book had never been on a bookshelf, sold hundreds of thousands of copies, and then I did a second book called Closer Survival Guide. And this was the $25 book. You go to Amazon today and look for Closer Survival Guide. You cannot find it. You'll find a used copy where people are selling it for $700.
Wow.
So we sold a shitload of these self-published books, right? Because in 2008, 2009, you couldn't get on a bookshelf because the economy had collapsed and the book companies, the publishers, figured nobody was going to buy books. So the third book I got published by Wiley, and Wiley was convinced because of my other book sales, not because I wrote books, but because how many books I sold, that they would take a shot at me. And I said, good, I want the title of the book to be Don't Be a Little Bit. And I think they have a lot of Christian influence in their at their board level. So they were like,
Sure.
dude, we can't do that.
Yeah.
I said, really? Why, man? And they're like, man, bitch isn't in the Bible. I said, dude, the word bitch means to complain, to gripe,
Right.
to whine. And it's 2011. The economy had already collapsed, 2008, 2009. We were 2 years, and I'm like, people are still crying. They still, oh my God. Like, dude, how long are you going to cry? I mean, you deserve to cry. Having a good cry is a good thing.
Sure.
How long, dude? You can't cry for 3 years.
Right.
So Don't Be a Little Bitch is we didn't do it on the cover of the book. They gave me some more money to remove the title.
Sure.
But I did work it into a chapter.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. And
And it basically means quit crying, quit complaining, okay? Look, the world is not fair. You know, politicians screw everything up. I hate politicians on both sides.
sure.
I just vote against them. And I love people that figure out a way to do things. Like they figure it out. They don't get stuck in the same problem over and over, which is one of the things that has helped me so much in my career, in all my businesses, is I don't want recurring problems.
Okay.
I want new problems.
Right.
And anybody that really wants to grow in your life, okay? Like if you could just start rather than getting rid of an old problem, get you some new ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. If you're going to grow personally, professionally, you've got to do it. You're going to have new problems, right?
Yeah, new, big, giant, juicy problems. Interesting, overwhelming, like, oh my God, I thought that was a problem. Remember when you were a kid, dude, and you couldn't ride a bike? They just took off the freaking training wheels?
Right?
Like, oh my God, that was a big problem, man. You don't want that same problem over and over again, right?
Right. All right, give me an example of a Grant Cardone problem right now that was just created.
Okay, a Grant Cardone problem. Okay, this year we want to do, out of one company, I want to do $160 million out of one company.
Is this the real estate company?
No, it's another company. The most of the other companies ever done is $16 million.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm like, hey, I want to do $160 million. I want to do as much in 1 month as I did last year out of this one company.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
And new problem. I've lived in 6 different places in the last 20 years. Most people don't even go on 6 trips in their whole life. They get on a freaking cruise once every 5 years. They're like, oh my God. We're leaving Fort Lauderdale on a big ship, and we're gonna go in the water, and we're gonna come back 6 days later. And like, that's a big fucking deal, man. I'm like, goddamn, what are you guys doing, man? I know people that they hadn't left their home, man. They've never left their home. I was with a guy. I flew into Lake Charles, Louisiana the other night. I was in Mobile, Alabama to see my mother-in-law. We were leaving Mobile, and I'm like, you know what? I called my sister. I'm flying into Lake Charles. I'm going to come pick you up. Okay? We actually flew in just to go there and have some crawfish. I'm flying in. We flew in, landed, ate some crawfish. I got back on my plane. I told my sister, you want to go back to Miami with me? She's like, if I don't, you're never going to ask me again, huh? I said, no, I won't, dude. If you can't freaking roll with me, then you can't roll with me.
Right.
He got on the plane and went with me. Like I want a life that's got spontaneity, right? I want a life that I get to go where I want, do what I want. When California changed their tax code from 10% to 13.6 or 13.3,
right,
I told my wife, pack everything up, we're leaving. I'm not doing this, dude. I am not a prisoner in America, okay?
Yeah,
I'm not
the Republic of California.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I'm out of here. So we sold the house. I had a beautiful, unbelievable house. I mean, gorgeous house. Okay. I had all my friends here. I'd lived there 25 years, man. You know how much courage it takes to say, hey, fuck you and your government and your pretty weather. I'm getting on a plane and I'm flying across country. We flew to Miami. We flew into Miami, never been here. Saw it on the internet. I saw it at Miami on the internet. I'm like, Miami looks kind of nice. So we flew into Miami. We didn't know one person here, set up shop, brought our offices here, brought everything here. That's what I want. I want new problems.
Right.
I don't want to be the bitch. Oh my God, man, California's ripping me off. If I'm going to bitch about it, then I need to get up and do something about it.
I love it. I love it. All right. Periscope, Meerkat, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, right? Yeah. You're everywhere. You're ubiquitous.
Dude, when I get on my knees in the morning and I say, God, thank you. First on my list is social media. God, thank you so much. I don't even thank God for my kids first or my marriage. I'm like, thank you so much for Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. My God, you were thinking about your son GC. Okay. See, these mechanisms were made. I mean, my whole life I have been setting up for mechanisms like this.
Yeah.
They're brand, promote, push myself, my brand, my ideas into the marketplace. I mean, it levels the playing field and gives everybody an opportunity that has an opinion, that doesn't mind flying above the radar, that understands money follows attention. There's going to be a good freaking podcast for you, dude, because I got so much stuff weaved in here. It's sick.
I love it.
I guarantee you got to listen to this thing a second or third time just to get what I'm telling you. But
yeah,
money follows attention. Power follows attention, okay? Anything you want support for, you must first get attention for. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, they're not for me. They're not for me. I don't use them. I'm not a spectator in these mechanisms. I use them as weapons and tools to get my message out.
I love it. I'm going to ask you one more question before we get to
you're going to get deep.
Before we go real deep about my best passive income model.
Okay.
All right. So
let me ask you something. If somebody's in a car right now, do you guys even know what we're talking about? Does anybody even know, or is this just so random?
Is it random? I don't think it's random. You know what? I'll definitely prep people before I launch this podcast so they know who you are. And they have to read or listen to 10X Rule.
You don't know who I am. Let me just say, I apologize to you. I apologize to your family. I apologize to your future children. I apologize to that spouse that you're going to have sex with tonight. If you don't know who I am, okay, my bad, my apologies. And I just want to say, Mark Podolsky. How do you pronounce your last name, Mark?
Podolsky's good. I'll take it. If Grant Cardone, you can call me Smith, Jones, Podolsky. I'll take it.
Geek. Dude, it's your fault, too, because you didn't have me on the podcast sooner. So me and you should be have our heads chopped off by ISIS.
It's true. It's true. And, it's funny is I'm doing Periscopes every single day, and I'm not doing Meerkat.
Yeah.
I got to 10X it. I'm 10Xing everything. So, I'm drinking the Grant Cardone Kool-Aid.
Well, quit drinking it and start swimming in it.
And I'm starting swimming in it. I'm getting up an hour earlier. I'm manufacturing hours.
Dude.
And I'm talking to everybody about it.
time. Let's talk about that right there, okay? Because if you want to get wealthy, if you want to really get free, you have to learn how to manufacture time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a trick. Everybody that's in the car, you're like, oh my God, I don't have enough time. Listen to me when I tell you this. Understand that when you say you don't have enough time, what really is going on is you are a liar. You're lying every day. People, I don't have any time. I ain't got damn. Dude, you got time to bitch? Okay, you just wasted freaking 12 seconds. So I had a guy that worked here, and he used a pen. What's that called, by the way? Do you know what it's called? A stylus?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you don't. It's slow, bro. By the time you pull out your little stylus, I've already done my deal.
Yeah.
But he loved his little stylus. Well, I couldn't get over it. I'm like, dude, you got to leave here, okay? You're too slow, bro. We manufacture time. I want to do things fast, okay? Nothing great happens to anyone without frequency, okay? You need quantity. Quantities of activity. I don't care if you're a dentist or a lawyer or you're an architect. Quantity. You got to get the quantity going so that you can get the quality, okay? Even the doctor, the surgeon, he must do quantities of heart surgeries, okay?
Right.
So that one day he's got enough confidence to know how to get in and out of that body fast as possible, because you don't want that body open for a long period of time, right?
Right.
Same thing with a customer. A sales guy does not want to spend like we used to think, oh my God, the longer you spend with somebody, the better off you are. I want to sell them something. I don't want to marry them.
Right.
Sell, move on. I need quantities. Look at how Amazon processes an order with speed and efficiency. So you got to learn how to manufacture time. Time is the new commodity people will pay the most money for. And the person that's the most certain, the most confident can get things done in the shortest period of time.
Okay, so if, I've got 3 kids, 10, 12, and 14.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to start Skyping you. Uncle Grant.
Think they're kids.
What's that?
You think they're your kids.
Right, yeah, I think they're my kids. So Uncle Grant is going to give you some advice, kids.
Yeah.
What's going to, leading them towards getting started in life.
Yeah.
At such a young age.
Yeah.
What does Uncle Grant tell them?
Okay, number one, Uncle Grant's going to say, look, you cannot take advice from your mom and your dad.
They won't take it anyways.
Exactly.
That's easy.
I'm going to authorize them not to listen to you anymore.
Okay.
And I'm going to, because here's why, okay? Mom and dads are genetically built to basically, before you had kids, you weren't saying this all the time. Be careful.
I wasn't. I say it every day.
And then everything's like, oh my God, oh, they can't touch it. Oh my God, oh shit, they're gonna kill themselves and that. Everything was fine. You didn't have any kids. The knives were fine. They'd hang out on the freaking counter. Everything was fine. Now everything's like, don't touch that.
Right.
You're gonna hurt something. And so the first thing I would tell the kids is, look, your parents, they love you. They're good parents. Mark thinks he's your parent. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. Who knows? And the deal is, your mom and dad, they're just not built to tell you what to do. You need somebody else. You need somebody else to tell you how to explode in your life, to fly above the radar, to get a lot of attention, to talk to strangers, to go out into the marketplace, okay? You don't need another class in college. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other night, JJ. His son is about to go to college. And I said, JJ, why is his son going to go to college? His son was sitting next to me. He's like, I want him to go to college. I said, so what? Dude, I went to college. JJ didn't go to college. The father didn't go to college. I said, what do you think your kid's going to learn at college, man? Well, he's going to get to be a kid a little longer. I said, dude, nobody needs to. There ain't no money in being a kid any longer. He's 18. He's been a kid for 18 years. How many years? 2 more years don't change anything. This is ridiculous. JJ, why do you want him to go to college? He'll learn things. He ain't going to learn shit in college.
Yeah.
Okay? I spent 5 years in college. There was 2 courses that were worth anything. I had a buddy just sold his company for $21 billion.
Wait, a B as in boy?
21 billion. Billion.
Wow.
Like, he went to college. He's a dropout. He says, I went to 2 courses that were worth anything. All right?
Yeah.
Courses. I said, well, dude, those 2 courses were worth it. He's like, oh, yeah. Now the question is, are you willing to go to 4 or 5 years for 2 courses, 2 semesters, man?
Yeah, or $100,000 in debt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or do we need to refigure that and people start thinking about, hey, man, who do I need to go spend 6 months working with so I can learn the same thing? See, the 21st century, where we're at today, well, I don't even think we can call this the 21st century because it's like something else is going on right now. It's something really freaking awesome, right? Anybody can do anything today. It's unbelievable. The opportunities out there are freaking enormous.
Yep.
And millennials, 80 million millennials, they're starting to question the way we were brought up. They're starting to question that and see more possibilities. So I would just tell your kids, look, everything's possible, but man, you got to give up mommy and daddy's. Get away from them. Get away from the podosties as fast as you can.
Get away from the fear. Get away from. Don't take risk. Don't hurt yourself. Right?
Never listen to your mother ever about be careful. Yeah. Don't talk to strangers is the dumbest thing anybody will ever tell you.
Stranger danger.
Strangers have everything you want, man.
Yeah, I love it.
People I don't know on the street, I'm like, damn, I don't know them. 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 Damn, there's so much money on this planet. Oh my God.
That's great. All right, how much time we got?
Dude, why are you worried about it? Manufacture it.
I'm going to manufacture it. All right, Grant. I'm going to explain to you my business model.
Okay, let me hear it, man.
I'm going to ask you, do I have the best passive income model? I have a feeling after you hear my business model, I'm going to be on Grant Cardone TV with my own show.
Tell you something. If you're basing,
I have a feeling.
You're fucked. Okay, I'll just tell you that right now. Because feelings will almost always throw you off.
Well, you know what? That's interesting. You know, you do say that a lot in intellectual. Feelings are overrated. I said that to my wife. We got in a fight about it.
Yeah.
So thanks, Grant.
She got emotional.
She got emotional. But I said, you know, it's a feeling. It came and it went. It's gone.
Did that move the ball down the field?
No, I tell you what, it almost moved me to the couch.
I was watching a ball game Sunday, right? And Brady threw a pass. The guy didn't catch it. Nobody got emotional. They huddled up, ran another play, and advanced the ball.
Right.
They lost the game, dude.
Yeah.
Did they get emotional? No. They're like, we're here to win the ring, dude. We're not here to argue with each other. See, the family unit that fights over emotional stuff is not moving the ball down the field.
Right.
So if me and my wife have a fight that lasts 2 minutes, we both know that it was just stupid. We were just being stupid for a minute. And then we're like, what's the real game here, dude?
Right.
Let's go back to this. What's the game plan? Where is the end zone? What are we playing for? See, we're doing life. We're not doing marriage, right?
Right.
And we need to be on the same page. So I'm like, hey, where are we trying to get the ball right now?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I couldn't agree more. I think the challenge is getting everybody on the same page, Grant.
Yes, man.
What's that?
We ought to have a love fest on this podcast.
Look, if I could go through Skype and give you a big hug, I would.
I feel it.
And honestly, I think what you're doing is really moving the needle in people's lives. If they can embrace being uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Because look, what you do is not easy to do, right? Yeah. To be completely transparent.
Me the other day, this lady reviewed me. I ran across this thing. This chick did this review, and she's like, the guy's just a little harsh, and he's jagged, and he talks really crude, and I don't know if I like it or not. And then she's like, I guess I like it because I do listen to him.
Yeah.
But, she's like, I really think he could influence a lot more people if he would just not be quite so crude.
I disagree because you talk about this. You've got to embrace the haters because the haters are talking about you. Howard Stern is a great example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to like.
No, I know you're not trying to manufacture controversy.
Yeah,
I think you're being yourself, and I think that comes through.
But I think about what she says. I'm like, okay, maybe I curse too much. I curse a little bit more than I should. I don't curse a lot, but I mean, do I, Robert? Not a lot. But I could take that. I could drop that off, and then I could be really polite and nice. But you know what, dude? That's why we're in the shape we're in right now. Everybody's trying to be polite and nice rather than saying, "Hey, you're freaking broke."
Yeah.
Dude, you're working your ass off 38 hours, 45 hours a week, and you're broke. And taking 2 days a week off. What are you doing? How do people take off 2 days a week when you don't have any money, man? When you don't have any money, you never take off.
Yeah.
Well, God said that God took off the seventh day. He worked his ass off for 6 days.
Yeah.
He created the heaven, the earth, the fishes, the animals, the bears, and the butterflies, the mountaintops, and the mousies. And then he took a day off.
And then he took a day off.
You got people showing up for work late, leaving early. They work 32 hours in a week, as close to the French as we can get, and they're like, I'm due Wednesday, and you're broke. Dude, you don't do that when you're broke. I've been broke. You don't do that when you're broke.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say we get to the next level though.
I want to hear about your business.
You want to hear about business? Okay.
I know it sucks too.
It's going to be amazing, and I'm going to be on Grant Cardone TV, and I can't wait. This is going to change my life because 100 million people are going to know me like overnight. All right.
Let's go, Marky.
You ready, Grant? All
yeah.
Right. So I buy and sell raw land. Now, the way I do it is I look for somebody distressed. Right?
Distressed.
How do I know they're distressed? They owe back taxes. Now, if they owe back taxes and they live out of state,
so you take advantage of people. You take advantage of people.
Okay, that was just I'm helping them in a sense because I'm not taking advantage of them because what became an asset for them is now a liability, right? Because if we aren't paying for something, right? Like our taxes.
They had an asset that's become a liability.
So when they first bought it was an asset. Now they're not using it. Now they're not visiting the property. They're not improving it, and they keep paying taxes on it year in and year out.
Yeah.
And luckily for them, the land geek comes and gives them an offer on that property, typically 20 to 30 cents on the dollar. Now, a percentage of those people are going to take it because it's become a sunk cost. Right? All right. So now we can then flip that property at about 300% return on investment within 30 days on average. But my favorite way to sell it, the Grant Cardone way to sell it, is owner finance it. So I'll get my money out typically on the down, maybe within 6 months, right? So it's a one-time sale, and I get recurring income on a passive basis on an asset I don't have to maintain, right? I have no renters, no rehabs, no renovations, no rodents, right? I'm in a non-competitive niche. You don't go on HGTV or DIY Network and see flip this land. It's boring. I've got a massive market.
Yeah, you find a piece of property, you're solving a problem for somebody that can't pay for it. Right. You're collecting on a note. I like it, man. It's good, man.
Grant Cardone, is it the best passive income model?
Yeah, okay.
Is it?
See, my deal is scalable.
Which deal?
$1 billion. I can go to $2 billion. I can go to $10 billion.
I think multifamily is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? But you've got bigger problems than me. You've got more competition than me. You've got bigger liabilities than me. But that being said, you've got a bigger net worth than me.
Okay, there's an exit too. I mean, I need a buyer. For anything to be worth something, you have to have people also that can also do this, right?
Right. I think my model combined with some other models, if you want to get to be a billionaire, is great. But I think if you're, let's say,
oh, dude, I love what you're doing. What you're doing is awesome. You guys are producing a tremendous, very conservative approach to creating money.
Right.
It's very capitalistic. I mean, I can give you a bunch of kudos if you want them. Okay.
I need them. I'm
awesome.
Grant, I'm insecure. But Scott Todd was like, talk to Grant about the baby money.
Yeah.
This is good for the baby money. Right? Yeah. Or no?
Hey, I take baby money, dude. I take anybody's money.
Okay.
Look, I talked about an $8 product. Why would a guy worth hundreds of millions of dollars sell an $8 product?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the front end.
Yeah.
On
so
the back end,
I was talking to a dentist, and he's like, "All we do is the high end stuff." I said, "Well, then you're an idiot, dude.
Right.
You need scale, man. You need a wide audience, okay? Because little people have a voice, okay? Medium-sized people have a voice. The big guys have a voice.
Right.
You want a lot of people. If you have something really valuable, right, that can help people, it's not just my apartments. My apartments don't just, I mean, that gives people a place to live, but I have more to contribute to this planet than just that one little niche business.
Right.
And I want to help out. I want to be known for something more than, I made some money.
Right. So I'm a mini Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
In that sense, because I'm doing the same thing with Land Geek.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So in that sense,
Now,
exactly.
If you could teach other people how to do the Land Geek, that'd be great, man.
But that's what I'm doing.
Trying to do.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to Grant Cardone it. Now the question is, can I 10x it?
I don't know.
And I'm making new problems for myself every single day. So So that's it. All right. So are we good, Grant? Are we?
I'm good.
Am I going to be on Grant Cardone TV for the baby money?
Yeah. No. If people want to find out more about me, they can go to Grant Cardone TV. We have a TV network there set up for entrepreneurs. It's a digital network. It's downloadable on your phone. We do 27 new shows a week there. The Land Geek should have a show there.
That's what I'm saying. I need to get on the show.
You know?
We're gonna talk after this. I'm gonna be the most popular besides you.
You could raise money on that show.
Exactly. Well, you know what? You mentioned that. We'll have to talk about it offline. My next call is to this securities attorney about that. So that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But do you have a fund for your deals? Or do you JV?
No, I don't do either.
You just use your own money?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that model.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Can I ask you why? Your ROI is so low now.
No, it's not.
I mean, if you're using your own money, you're not using leverage.
Well, no, I mean, I use Fannie and Freddie. I use
Oh,
debt.
okay, so you're not using your own money.
Well, I'm using my own money for the cash to purchase the deal.
Yeah, but the majority of it's financed.
Investors, we're not syndicating deals.
You're not syndicating, yeah.
No.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's great. That's great. Okay, now I love your model.
Yeah.
Okay,
You go.
it's great.
But it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about anybody's model. The people listening, you guys need to get happy with your own model in life. Doesn't matter what Mark Z makes. It doesn't matter what Grant makes. It doesn't matter what the Land Geek makes. You know, first thing you got to do. This is my parting words for everybody.
Sure.
You got to get really dissatisfied with where you're at. In order to get something else, you have to get very dissatisfied where you're at, which means you need to know the truth about the situation. And the situation is Americans are not free because they live in America. Freedom ain't free, baby. Okay, you can live here, it ain't free. Now, is it better than Russia? Probably, but so what? That doesn't make it great. And people need to look. The goal is to go where you want, when you want, how you want. Do business with who you want, when you want, and how you want. And you and your wife or you and your husband aren't fighting every second of every day, okay?
Right.
The other goal would be to send your kids to the schools, maybe 2 or 3 schools, where they could actually meet people that could benefit them in their life, not learn something, because those books were written too long ago. They're outdated. They have nothing to do with anything today. And your kids could either go or not go to these colleges in order to have great lives. So that's my pitch, man. I just want to be free, baby. I want to be freedom. Braveheart. My favorite movie is Braveheart when he's getting his head cut off. He's like, freedom.
I love it. I love it.
Dude, you're awesome, dude.
Grant Cardone, GrantCardoneTV.com. Grant, is that the best place to go to learn more?
Yeah, man.
All right. One more time. I'm gonna ask you for a tip of the week, though.
Yeah,
A website, a resource, a book, something actionable where the best passive income model listeners can go right now, improve their businesses, improve their lives. All I've been talking about is the 10X rule. But
Dude,
besides
that's
that,
simple. You know what I'm going to do? Where you want to go? I mean, if you want to learn how to get some FU money,
yeah,
go to CardoneUniversity.com. CardoneUniversity.com is the best-selling entrepreneurial university on planet Earth. Okay, 17 million videos viewed there last year. This is not a YouTube channel. It's called CardoneUniversity.com. It's about sales, marketing, promotion, follow-up, cold calls, literally how to get anything you want, grow any business you want. It's a $13,000 tuition. We're going to set him up with a website.
Okay.
It's a $13,200 tuition. I'm going to do it, CardoneUniversity.com/Mark P. And I'm going to do it for $9.95.
I love it. What about the Land Geek? No one's gonna remember Mark P. It's the Land Geek.
Okay, put CardoneUniversity.com/Land Geek.
$9.95. I appreciate it. I love it. They're in.
Then we'll see if you got any viewers.
We'll see. I think I do. Well, you know, by next year, I'm going to be bigger than you.
Dude, let's just both get big together.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. I need someone. I need a bar, right? I need that bar, and you're my bar now.
All right.
I'm chasing you, Grant.
Hey, Mark, thanks for having me here, buddy. I appreciate it.
Grant Cardone, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This was so fun. I know all the viewers are going to get a lot of it. Look, please subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. It's the only way I'm going to get the quality of guests like a Grant Cardone to come on the podcast. So give me some love. Go to thelandgeek.com, download for free the Passive Income Blueprint, get the ebook, How to Avoid the 3 Fatal Land Buying Mistakes, and of course, get this always informative and engaging podcast delivered each week to your email inbox. Give GrantCardoneTV.com some love. Go to GrantCardoneU.com/thelandgeek. Grant Cardone, you're my hero.
You're awesome, dude. Thank you so much, all right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.